Stories are the need to break free. My name is Osadimebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Semilore Olawuyi, and it's titled Unshackled. Useless child. Father's voice bellows across the house, his voice loud and stern. The same voice that terrorizes my mother and I every day. It's usually just threats, insults, and a few slaps here and there. But today was different. Today, when I arrived home from the maths tutorial I hold for the children in the village square every day, Papa was smiling, not frowning, not cussing at me, actually smiling. He looked like he had hit the jackpot. I quickly discovered the reason behind Papa's joy when I saw Chief Rotimi, the richest man in our village, beside him. He was also smiling at me. Chief Rotimi was only 10 years older than me, but he had already been married 3 times with 12 children. All his wives had fallen ill mysteriously and died, but everyone in the village knew that it was because he beat and stabbed them whenever he was in a foul mood, which was almost every day. Today, he had come to court me, not even 2 weeks after his 3rd wife's dead body was placed in the ground. He had come to ask for my hand in marriage. I was to be his 4th wife. Papa's smile widened as he told me this. He had finally found a good use for his useless daughter, who also happens to be his only child. I vehemently refused, shaking my head fiercely as Papa told me the news. They wanted me to become the next corpse. The smile on Chief's face vanished instantly. I suppose nobody in the village had ever dared to tell him no. Papa smiled awkwardly and escorted Chief Rotimi out of the house, muttering apologies on my behalf and assuring the man that I will be spoken to and will soon come to my senses. I waited tensely for him to return. I knew what was coming next. This was the 3rd suitor Papa had brought to me in 2 weeks, and by far the most important one. And I had practically spat in both their faces by telling Chief Rotimi no. Tears streamed down my cheeks, which are already red and swollen from the 3 hot slaps Papa had struck me with once he got back from bidding goodbye to Chief. I found the agbado that Mother and I sell in front of our compound every day, fiercely trying to dry my tears, but the heat from the charcoal only makes my cheeks sting more. A few minutes later, Papa rushes out from the house, still muttering, with some books tucked under his arm. At first, I didn't pay him any attention until I saw the kerosene and matches in his hands. I peered at his hands closely and recognized what is written on one of the books. It was a quantitative reasoning textbook, and beneath it are the other textbooks I bought just yesterday for the children I teach. I had been saving for months to buy those books because their parents couldn't afford to get them. I bolt out of my chair quickly, abandoning the roasted corn I had been fanning. Papa, please. Papa, please don't do this, Papa. I hold on to his agbada tightly, refusing to let go, but he shrugs me off roughly and I crash to the ground. I watch helplessly as he pours the kerosene over the books and sets them on fire. A new wave of tears streak down my face as I scream, begging him to stop. He doesn't listen to my pleas. I hate him. I hate him so much. Mama returns from the market at that moment. She breaks into a run as she enters the compound, fear in her eyes as she approaches me, asking what happened. I look away from her, unable to hold her gaze. I hate Mama sometimes. Today is one of those days. Why did she have to marry Papa? Why didn't she leave him after all these years? Why does she endure all the abuse he rains on her? Why did she teach me to endure the same abuse? As she tries lifting me up from where I lay on the ground, Papa pushes her back, the flames from the fire making his face look even more sweaty and cruel. He turns to Mama.
Chivotimi, the richest man in our village, came to ask for your daughter's hand. And your useless child, once again, refused the suitor that came for her hand in marriage. What use is there in having a daughter if we cannot marry her off? Instead, she says that she does not want to marry. She says that she wants to be a professor.
Then he turns to me.
Iwo,
You,
a professor. Have you ever heard of a woman being a professor before?
he laughs in my face.
What? Today, I will make sure that stupid thought never enters that your useless head again. Shotibo?
Then he walks off, bellowing at Mama for his dinner. I watch him walk off, hate in my gaze, rage coursing through my veins. Mama had only just returned, and he was already shouting at her for his meal. I stare at her now as she drags herself towards me from where she'd been shoved. She holds me to her chest tightly, and I feel guilty for ever hating her. Papa only hates her because I'm a girl. He only hates me because I'm not the son he always dreamed of having. Maybe if I had been a boy, things might be better. Maybe Papa would treat us better. Maybe he would love us. I look at my mother again. Mama was the only one who believed in my dream to become the first female professor from our village, and she encouraged it. She was the only person who did not laugh in my face. The only one who would not tell me that I am better off marrying a wealthy man like Chief Rotimi instead of focusing on some distant dream. Mama is the one who cleans my tears, even though she has tears of her own. She's the one who encourages me when I start to lose hope. The guilt eats at me, and I bury my head in her bosom. I will show Papa that I can do it. That I can become the first female professor. For Mama, I will. I will do it so we can both finally escape him. Semilore Olawuyi is a 20-year-old Nigerian writer who resides in Lagos. Her writing is deeply influenced by the fact that she feels everything a little too intensely, which means even the smallest moments can turn into entire storylines in her head. When she isn't writing, she's balancing a 9-to-5 job in an insurance company while secretly craving a life where she can earn a living through her creativity. She loves deep conversations, music, films, fashion, studying human behavior, and the strange beauty hidden in ordinary moments. Above all, she loves creating characters that feel deeply human and vulnerable. You can read more of her work on Medium at Semilore Olawuyi and on Substack at Semilore Olawuyi. And you can connect with her on Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube at Semilore Olawuyi. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.